And now they can't even get a play off.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wilson. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now with the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now as he's on to punt for New York. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate, just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got him in, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Jalen Waddle
with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw is Wilson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Touchdown, Jets.
Lawrence Cager, as the first half is winding down. And the Jets are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. No problem there on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to get the football back at their own 17. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gets.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Changing two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up second down. Now Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44 and good for 7 yards. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They'll run with Hall, and he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 54 yards.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And for a while when this place opened, all the talk was about punts hitting the Giants scoreboard here in Arlington. I don't think we ever heard about a pass hitting the scoreboard, but that's probably about as close as you're going to get. That one was way up there.
Now it's Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall there to make the grab. And the Jets are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. 33 yards that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On first down, Kidd. And down to the 36-yard line here.
42 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation. Take the big shot downfield. I think the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Kidd. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, they haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. How can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, but that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At the 40. They'll start by running the option to the right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Another first down there as this one goes for 25. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful. And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Play action. Now Wilson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
Another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. And he'll be kicking into the wind in the 4th quarter now. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And they will remain well behind. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 77 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Jalen Waddle,
35 yards.
And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Sanders on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Now Wilson on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The catch and run good for 24 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
That'll give him 8 that time. And now 1 yard to go on third down. From midfield now, here's Wilson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Javon Holland.
20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them to play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be free room on that one. They're going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's
and all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal. Tua with a quick throw, caught out wide. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's second and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. Kidd. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
They'll try again. They'll fight for the end zone, but they will stop him again. Shy of the goal line.
That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with first and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a fourth here. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete.
He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On 1st down, Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Ready. Check.
They'll run with Hall.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. The extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early, but give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
He's going to try and go deep again. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped